The KD16 arrives at a moment when almost all of Nike's basketball shoes look like Kobe's and GT cuts. And here, I'm picking this up because it's kind of interesting. And I don't know if this is something with the actual shoe or not. I know I picked that up. Look at the front. This thing looks chipped and scraped on the front. And I need to make sure that it's just not damaged. And I think it is. I think it's damaged. Oh, you know what? Now that you can see that, I can scrape that off with my finger. So it looked like it was chipped and damaged, but that's coming off. So there's nothing wrong with that. I thought this was like a really weird kind of rubber, but it looks like glue. It looks like glue. So go figure. Go figure. All right, so you got the KD16, and I don't know if I've did the black and purple version yet. I need to make sure I do it. You know what? No, I think this is my first time actually doing it, even though I've had the black and purple version that came through the shop. But when you look at it straight up, man, that tongue is super ventilated. Really ventilated. Unlike most of the basketball shoes coming out of Nike, this one does not look like a Kobe at all. KD actually has his own style, and many of his shoes carry some details from previous models. I do love the Easy on the back and this little TPU kind of plastic piece. I like that a lot. There's no detail on the back of the tongue. There's hardly, the logo on the inside is just a traditional KD logo that you see on the tongue right there in this little gel tab. But the fact that you can see straight through that tongue, that's really good. It's well vented. And this mesh that almost looks like elephant print, that mesh is pretty well vented as well. I have a feeling this entire upper, not the entire thing, but the material that's going around the shoe, I have a feeling that's 3M. I have a feeling that's 3M. I'm pretty positive about that. I want to move it and make sure you get a shot at the medial. I'm going to turn this around and move it up close so you can see where it has Kevin Durant 16. And then you have the air zoom here at the front. It doesn't have all of those small. Look at that outsole and the gears. When we get to the detail section of the post, I'm going to go to the computer instead of doing the detail section sitting in the chair, because I want to see what that, I'm pretty sure that's going to mean something like inner workings or something like that. But I'm also pretty positive this is 3M. The shoe is reflective. Man, I wish I could hit a light on that thing, but I don't have one. I'm pretty sure somebody else out there will probably do that. They'll probably put it on there. So definitely look at other videos of this shoe as far as the close-up is concerned, and check it out and see if someone else talks about the fact that it's 3M, because I do think it's 3M. The fact that the KD has been bumped up to $160, I don't like that. It's starting, I know Nike has inflation issues and a lot of the shoes are going up, but I have this funny feeling, man, that Nike is going to find itself in a really difficult position of trying to keep the customers that they have. If other brands begin to make shoes that are even slightly like the AE1, the Adidas AE1, that Anthony Edwards shoe is so nice that if Nike isn't careful and that shoe is priced maybe at $120 or $130, it could begin to disrupt Nike basketball. Possibly. Anyway, that's it. Let's get to those details, and I'm going to wrap up this close-up. Hopefully you liked that video, and it gave you a good look at the shoe, and you can make a decision on if you want to pick it up yourself. But let's get to the details. I want to see if there's 3M. I want to know what the gears represent here. And that's it for the KD16 close-up. Let's get to those details. So after getting a close-up of the shoe, I wanted to make sure I came in and showed you the details of the shoe. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting here holding it as if it's not open already. And I wanted to make sure that I had the actual physical shoe in my hand before I began to go through the different details that are on the shoe. And in particular, I was going to say in specifically, in particular, the Kevin Durant 16 that's over here on the medial side, which you saw all of this in the close-up, but that outsole is just wild, man, with the gears underneath. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to show everyone this shoe, I need to look at what exactly it is Nike is attempting to convey via the outsole of the shoe. So, like clockwork. Now, you see down here at the bottom, you're looking over here to my side, not at the shoe, but it says like clockwork. The outsole resembles watch gears, which represent the inner workings of KD and the methodical nature of how he operates. I think that's really cool. I love this kind of gel-filled, tongue, and I talked about that in the close-up. But you know what? Let's get into the minutia, the details. At the heel tab, where I showed you where it said easy on the left shoe, and let's make sure I double-check everything again, just to make sure I'm not missing any details. Air Zoom, forefoot. I'm looking for extra details on the shoe. And on the outsole, it used to have like seat pleasant and all of that different information. And I'm just making sure it's not there, of course. And high speed haven, underfoot experience. So we took inspiration from, I'm going to pull this out because I didn't do that in the video. And I didn't check to see if I could pull the insole out. And you can't take the insole out, so that's not happening. Grooves and ridges, broken infill, upper mesh. All right, so we have all of that information. I'm trying to make sure that this isn't a reflective upper, because it actually feels like it's a 3M upper. And I wish I could put a flash on it so you could see, but if it's not, it does feel like a 3M kind of material. But let me close this up because you don't want to just sit here looking at this information. You want to see this, and I give you the box info, particular the size label. Small code is VP. Days of production 04, 12, 23, 2, 06, 02, 23. And make sure the stamp matches up. 06, 12, 20, 23, 31. All right, so everything matches up pretty well there. I will kind of chalk that up to 23. 12, 20, 23, which can't be right because that would be too far away. We got 06, 02, 23, and it's just straight up 06, 12, 2023. 06, 12, 2023. So we got those details in the box itself. KD16, Ember Glow, University Red, and the style code is DV2917-803. I can see my label, my chip, my RFID chip underneath, but I just wanted to make sure I gave you those close-up details that I usually give you that you didn't get to see in the close-up. That's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.